about him that kept me away. The kitchen was messy. Sophia had gone to see a Polish film with her friends, and the children's shoes and bags were strewn about the floor. Our glasses and the food cartons needed clearing away. Zoe's drawings lay in sliding heaps on the sideboard, Alice's maths neatly piled, both waiting for my approval. Tomorrow's list started at 8 a.m. with 2 hysterectomies. I pushed back my chair and got up. Adam's expression was inward, as though he was working out a difficult sum in his head. I began to clear the table, stacking bowls on the crowded draining board. My father had an antique weighing machine. It used to sit on the desk in his study, but it disappeared after he died. It was made of polished wood and brass, with embossed metal weights. He'd let me use it as a child to weigh his letters and parcels. A thin sheet of paper could make all the difference. My relationship with Adam was evenly weighted with work and success, but the balance could tip at any moment. I clattered the cutlery into the sink. I loved him. I loved almost everything about him. The smile that deepened the creases around his eyes, the way he swung up the children at the end of the day, the warmth of his body in bed next to mine. But if he was winning, it meant I was losing. I wanted him to do well, just as long as he didn't do better than me. "Tell me." I reached for his plate. This needn't take long. It might be nothing, a clever diagnosis perhaps, or the winning shot in his lunchtime game of squash. "A research opportunity has come up." He cleared his throat, an unnecessary sound that grated. His voice was monotonous, but as his eyes tracked mine, the dilated pupils gave him away. This was no routine project. I dumped the plate in the sink on top of the knives and forks and sat down to face him, hands on the table, braced. "Let me guess. The Wellcome Trust agreed funding for your cancer stem cell project." Pride and jealousy curdled in the pit of my stomach. He shook his head. His eyes skated sideways. "Remember when you did that research post in San Francisco 12 years ago?" I nodded, though it seemed longer ago than that, a strange and distant time of missing Adam, of walking alone up and down the foggy hills to the hospital, and of the faint strains of jazz reaching through the open windows in the lab. I'd spent my days and nights staining and studying slides, then analysing results, hours writing up my findings. "Just married, but it was your big opportunity and I let you go," Adam was continuing. The memory of the shining midnight lab, the racks of slides and empty coffee cups faded. Adam was staring at me, tapping his fingers. I stared back at him. "What's this really about, Adam?" His eyes flickered downwards. "I've been offered a research post for a year in Botswana." In the silence that followed, the dishwasher clicked, the end of the cycle. We often pretended not to notice it needed emptying, but this was a whole new game. It was as though he'd punched me in the gut. More a fight than a game. "Offered? You applied some time ago, then?" Around us, the children's paintings were stuck on the cupboard doors. Zoe's clay animals cluttered every sill. A squash ball lay among the oranges in the fruit bowl. Alice's violin was in the corner, ready for tomorrow. Swimming pool times were pinned to the fridge with a heart-shaped magnet. My on-call rota was sellotaped to the wall above the phone. Adam's news could change everything, but he had kept it completely secret until now. "The offer came out of the blue, Em. I'd have discussed it first if I'd applied, of course." A muscle in his cheek flickered. The movement was minute. If I hadn't been watching so closely, I would have missed it. "That can't possibly be the whole story. These things take discussion and planning. Why didn't you tell me before?" "It's difficult to talk to you sometimes. You get so wound up by my success." "So you kept it secret?" "I couldn't find the words." "Tell me now." "Chris Azazar emailed me from Johannesburg." Adam leant forward. "He's read my paper on serum markers for lymphomas, and he thinks an oncologist could do something useful out there. He'd supply funding."